Let me ask you something. When was the last time you stood up from a chair without needing to push off with your hands? For those of us over 60, that small movement isn't just a movement, it's a signal. A quiet whisper from the body telling us whether we're still strong enough to live on our own or slowly slipping toward a life of dependency. And the most alarming part, it's not caused by heart disease, not diabetes, not even cancer. It starts from a silent process, one that begins as early as your 30s and accelerates fast after 60. Sarcopenia, the silent thief that steals your strength with age. According to the International Sarcopenia Initiative, we lose 3–5% of our muscle mass each decade after the age of 30. After 60, that number jumps to 8–10%, unless we actively protect our muscles with the right strategies. In the U.S. alone, more than 45 million people over 60 are losing muscle without even realizing it. CDC 2022, you might be hitting the gym, eating clean, sleeping well. But if you're not getting the right kind of protein at the right time, your body could still be losing strength every single day. Let me paint a picture. It's a quiet afternoon in Florida. Mr. Harold, 72, leans down to pick up a dish towel from the kitchen floor. But this time, he can't stand back up. He didn't just fracture his hip, he shattered his confidence. He used to fix leaky faucets for his wife. Now he needs someone else, just to open a bottle of pills. And just like that, a fall pushed him into a wheelchair permanently. All because he'd unknowingly lost over 20% of the muscle in his legs over 5 years. So here's a question no one dares to ask, but everyone needs to hear. Are you eating enough protein, but still getting weaker? Have you underestimated the silent power of your muscles? In today's video, I'll take you, as a doctor who spent decades studying aging and metabolic health, on a journey to uncover a forgotten food. Cheap, overlooked, yet packed with more high-quality protein than eggs, and most importantly, it may help slow and even reverse age-related muscle loss in people over 60. Here's what you'll gain from this video. You'll understand why we lose muscle, even when we eat enough. You'll learn which foods beat eggs in protein power, and when to eat them. You'll get a simple, science-backed meal strategy. You'll meet real people, just like you, who turned their strength and health around. And the best part, you don't need pills. You don't need restrictive diets. You just need to change how you see protein and what you do each night before bed. Muscle is not about vanity. Muscle is your freedom, and freedom is what we protect starting today. So let me ask you again, what's really going on inside our bodies after 60? Why can a single fall change someone's entire life? And why do our muscles, the very thing that carried us through youth, vanish so quietly as we age? Join me in the next part. Together, we'll bust the most common myths, uncover overlooked foods, and learn how, at any age, you can stay strong, resilient, and independent. Do you remember Mr. Harold from earlier? That fall in the bathroom didn't happen because of his age. It wasn't due to low calcium or weak bones. It happened because of something most people are never taught to protect: their own muscles. So here's the question: why do we lose muscle even when we eat well, sleep well, and exercise regularly? The answer lies in a quiet enemy. No pain, no fever, no clear warning. Yet it slowly robs us of our strength, our independence, and even our dignity. And that's where our journey begins. Sarcopenia, the silent thief that steals your strength with age. Your body isn't getting weaker just because you're older. It's getting weaker because something is stealing from you silently. That thief is called sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass due to aging. According to the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle 2020, we begin losing 3–5% of lean muscle per decade after age 30. But after 60, the rate can double. Some lose up to 8% per year without proper intervention. And the scariest part, sarcopenia doesn't hurt. No fever, no rash, no obvious signs. It begins with simple, everyday struggles. Standing up feels heavier, climbing stairs feels harder, carrying groceries feels exhausting. But behind those small struggles lies a dangerous domino effect. Muscle loss, right arrow slower metabolism, right arrow higher fat and diabetes risk. Muscle loss, right arrow weak limbs, right arrow higher risk of falls and fractures. Muscle loss, right arrow reduced myokines, right arrow lower BDNF, right arrow memory and mood issues. That's why Mr. Harold, who used to walk every morning, never stood up again after a single slip in the bathroom. It wasn't the fall, it was the muscle loss leading up to it. So why do we lose muscle even when we eat regularly? Because many people aren't eating the wrong foods, they're eating the right foods the wrong way. And that's what we'll fix next. The most common mistakes seniors make with protein and why it leads to muscle loss. I've heard this so many times from my older patients. Doctor, my kids cook for me every day. I eat meat and fish. Why am I still getting weaker? And the answer is painfully simple. They are eating the right food, but at the wrong time, or they are missing key details that matter more with age. Here are 4 common mistakes I see among people over 60. Very little protein at breakfast, just toast, porridge, or milk. Isn't enough to build muscle after an overnight fast. Too much protein at dinner, when digestion and mTOR signaling are already slowing down, not meeting the minimum leucine threshold. 2. 5–3G/meal. So the body never turns on. Muscle building, skipping meals, or inconsistent eating, leaving muscles undernourished for hours. Journal of Nutrition 2020. Seniors who distribute protein evenly across 3–4 meals gain more muscle than those who eat it all in one large meal. Another hidden mistake: poorly planned vegetarian diets. Many older adults who eat plant-based out of kindness or religious reasons unknowingly lack leucine. Leucine is an essential amino acid, the spark that turns on muscle building. If you're eating tofu, white rice, and boiled vegetables only, you're missing that spark. Solution: add tempeh, lentils, quinoa, oats, or plant-based protein powders fortified with leucine. See, it's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. And to do that, we need to understand a key mechanism called mTOR. Leucine, mTOR, casein, the golden trio that protects your muscle. Imagine your body as a construction site. Protein is the bricks, calcium is the cement, but without a foreman, nothing gets built. That foreman inside your body is called mTOR, a powerful signaling molecule that decides whether your muscles grow or not. To activate mTOR, you need the key, leucine, a branched-chain amino acid BCA. When you consume 2,5G/3G of leucine in a meal, you flip the mTOR switch and begin building muscle. But here's the catch: younger adults can activate mTOR with just 1,8G leucine. Older adults need more, because mTOR becomes sluggish with age, and this is where casein comes in. the slow-digesting protein found in cottage cheese. When eaten before bedtime, casein drips amino acids into your bloodstream over 7-8 hours, feeding your muscles throughout the night. Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise, 2012. Seniors who consumed 40 g of casein before bed had 22% more muscle synthesis overnight than those who ate nothing. Now that we know leucine and slow proteins are key, let's explore which real foods are better than eggs and often overlooked foods higher in protein and leucine than eggs that seniors often ignore. Eggs are good, but they may not be enough. Older Americans are often told, just eat an egg every morning. But while eggs are quality protein, they are not optimal for people over 60. 1 egg equals 6 g protein, only 0.5 g leucine to reach 2.5 g leucine. You'd need 5 eggs per meal, which may raise cholesterol or strain digestion. So, are there better options? Yes, and you might be overlooking them every day. Food protein leucine absorption: egg 1, 6 g 0.5 g fast cottage cheese 1 cup 26 g 2.6 g slow casein Greek yogurt 1 cup 18 g 1.8 g medium chicken breast 100 g 31 g 2.8 g fast salmon 1 fillet 25 g 2.5 g medium tempeh 150 g 21 g 1.7 g medium nighttime right arrow cottage cheese plus 1 spoon chia seeds right arrow casein plus leucine equals overnight muscle support morning right arrow chicken or tempeh plus oats plus egg equals balanced protein leucine fiber nutrients. 2019. Seniors who eat leucine-rich foods gain up to 40% more muscle compared to those who eat general protein. All this sounds great in theory, but does it work in real life? Let's look at Grace and Thomas, 2 older adults who turned their strength around with small, consistent steps. How Grace and Thomas rebuilt their strength in their late 60s and 70s. Grace, 68 years old, Texas. 1 small slip in the bathroom and I lost nearly 4 pounds of muscle in just 3 months, she told me. Her legs trembled. Her knees felt unstable. Even twisting the cap off a water bottle became a struggle. Then, under her daughter's guidance, who happens to be a doctor, Grace made a simple change. Each night, she had half a cup of cottage cheese with flax seeds for lunch. She added a serving of grilled chicken breast within 3 months. She regained nearly 4 pounds of lean muscle, her blood pressure improved, and best of all, she could walk her grandson around the park again every evening. Thomas, 74 years old, California. After recovering from COVID, Thomas felt exhausted. His appetite dropped. He didn't want to exercise. But after learning about casein and leucine, he tried a new bedtime habit. 1 small container of Greek yogurt plus 5-6 almonds before bed and a gentle 20-minute walk each morning. After 12 weeks, he gained 4.6 pounds of lean muscle. His HbA1c dropped from 6.5 to 5.9, and he reported feeling more awake and willing. In his words, "I don't need to feel young again." Thomas smiled. "I just want to be strong enough to make my own coffee every morning." Their stories remind us, sometimes small, consistent steps, done the right way, can change everything. So let me walk you through a simple, science-backed strategy you can start using today. A practical eating strategy. Timing is everything. Protein is not just what you eat. It's when and how you eat it that matters most. Think of your muscles like a car. Protein is the fuel, but if you pour the right fuel at the wrong time, or the wrong kind altogether, the car won't go far. So what's the optimal daily plan for seniors? Time meal protein focus: 7 a.m. eggs, plus oats, plus tempeh fast, plus medium proteins, 12 p.m. chicken plus quinoa, plus greens high leucine, 6 p.m. salmon, plus sweet potato plus broccoli balanced energy, 9 p.m. cottage cheese, plus chia seeds slow digesting casein. Frontiers in Nutrition, 2015. Older adults who consumed slow digesting protein before sleep experienced measurable strength improvements in just 8 weeks, especially in hand grip and leg power. Key reminders: aim for 25-30 g of protein per meal. Combine slow carbs plus quality protein plus healthy fats to support better digestion and nutrient delivery. But protecting muscle isn't just about mobility. It's deeply tied to your brain, your confidence, and your spirit. What you're about to learn might surprise you. Muscle and brain health. A hidden connection most seniors don't know. Did you know? Muscle strength doesn't just help you move, it helps you think clearly. When you move your body or build muscle, your muscles release chemical messengers called myokines. These act like tiny love letters from your body to your brain. One of the most powerful myokines is irisin, which does the following: boosts BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Right arrow improves memory, mood, and emotional balance, lowers inflammation in the nervous system, stabilizes neurotransmitters in older adults' neurology. 2022. Middle-aged adults with higher muscle mass were 38% less likely to develop dementia over the next 10 years. Here's the chain reaction we often see. Muscle loss: right arrow fewer myokines, right arrow worse memory, right arrow reduced independence, right arrow loss of confidence, right arrow withdrawal from social life. I've had older patients fall into depression, not because they were alone, but because they felt useless. But when they started regaining strength, something lit up inside them. It's like their body whispered to them, "You're still here. You're still needed." So yes, protecting muscle isn't just about your legs. It's about protecting your mind, your joy, and your purpose. And there's one more thing that ties everything together: scientific proof behind every strategy, the muscle blueprint for seniors. You don't need to guess. Every step we've walked through is backed by real science. Here's a quick snapshot of the research. In 2006, the Journal of Nutrition found that leucine activates the mTOR pathway and boosts muscle building by up to 25%. In 2012, a study in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise showed that taking casein protein before bed increased overnight muscle growth by 22%. In 2015, research in Frontiers in Nutrition revealed that slow digesting protein at night helped improve muscle strength in older adults. In 2019, a study published in Nutrients showed that leucine-rich foods led to 40% better muscle gains in seniors. In 2020, the Journal of Nutrition concluded that spreading protein intake evenly across meals was more effective than consuming it all at once. In 2022, a landmark study in neurology reported that people who maintained good muscle mass in midlife had a 38% lower risk of dementia over the next 10 years. So when you follow these strategies, you're not chasing fads. You're not guessing. You're standing on solid ground, backed by decades of research and experience. Whether it's eggs, cottage cheese, or tempeh, What matters most isn't the food itself. It's your strategy, the rhythm, the timing, the pairing. The right strategy keeps your muscles strong, your mind sharp, and your spirit steady. You now know why protecting your muscles is non-negotiable after 60. But what will you do with this knowledge? Let me, as a doctor who's walked beside thousands of older adults, share one last message, a quiet reminder, perhaps for you or someone you love. You know, when people talk about aging, they often say things like, "I'm old now," "I'm slowing down," or "maybe it's time to just rest." But here's a truth not many will say out loud. You're not getting weaker because you're older. You're getting weaker because somewhere along the way you stopped protecting yourself. Muscle loss doesn't scream like a heart attack. It doesn't flash warning lights like blood sugar levels. It slips away quietly until one day you can't climb the stairs, lift a bowl of soup, or rise from the sofa without someone helping you up. But my friend, here's the good news. You can change that starting tonight. You don't need heavy workouts. You don't need a dozen pills. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on fancy supplements. All it takes is one well-timed meal, one better protein choice, one spoonful of cottage cheese before bed, and one quiet decision in your heart. I will not let my body fade without fighting for it. Remember this, muscle isn't just flesh, it's your foundation of freedom. It's the strength to shop for your own groceries, to make your own tea, to live a life of dignity, resilience, and independence. Muscle is also a silent messenger. It speaks to your brain. It keeps you sharp, helps you remember the little things, and carries the joy of simply being present. A 2022 study in neurology found people who maintained muscle mass in midlife had a significantly lower risk of dementia and depression after 65. So when you build muscle, you're not just building your body, you're nurturing your mind and protecting your soul. If there's one thing you do today for your health, let it be this. Choose the right protein at the right time with enough leucine, not to look younger, but to live stronger, more independent, more free. What about you? Have you ever felt yourself getting weaker without knowing why? I'd love to hear your story. I'm here to listen. Speech balloon if this video gave you something, even just a thought, a feeling, or something you'd want to share with a parent or loved one. Please leave a comment below. Let's talk. If you found this helpful, click like to help it reach someone you care about. And if you want more warm, science-based videos like this, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss the next message that might just change your life. I'm Dr. James. I'm Dr. James. For over 35 years, I've devoted my heart and hands to senior health. And if there's one belief I hold close, it's this: growing older is not the end. It's the beginning of living deeper, wiser, and stronger if we choose to.